Awesome, guys. So this is the instruction video for collecting your water for water testing. And this is the box that you will receive in the mail from us. And once you open it, you'll see that there's a styrofoam cooler in there. Awesome. So when you open the lid, you'll see that all of your components are in here. First thing you want to take out is your instructions, your return label, and your bottle stickers will be all in this little packet here. Just put these aside, keep them safe because you will need them. Next thing you'll see is your liner. You'll also have your 4 bottles. So make sure to inspect them for any cracks or holes just to make sure that they don't leak. And you'll also want to take out the ice packs and put them in your freezer. And you want these to be at least a few hours in your freezer, and even 24 hours is perfect, just so that they're cold enough for when you ship the bottles back. So when you're ready to collect your water, you always have to put on some gloves just to avoid cross-contamination, and sometimes you never know what's in your water. You can also use the really long dish gloves if you don't want to get your whole arm wet. I just recommend that they're clean or unused so you don't get any soap in your water sample. So first thing you're going to do is open the lid, and usually if you can, try to go on a boat or on a dock more in the middle of your pond, just because that gives a better representation of the water chemistry. But if this is your only option, you can try to do it off of the edge. I like to dunk my bottle in, let it fill up a little bit, give it a little rinse, and just dump it out. This way it'll clean up any dust or debris that is left in the water, and it helps push away the little floating things in the water. Ideally, you're going to want to dunk this in at least half an inch to an inch deep, but you can do your best with what you have. So I am going to dunk it in as far as I can, and I'm just going to let it fill up underwater. And when I'm filling it up, I'm trying not to get any insects or plant matter in there, just because that can affect your water sample. And so you'll know it's full when the bubbles stop coming up. And then you tilt it up, and you see here that it is full. Make sure to inspect for air bubbles inside, and if you see any, you can flick them out or shake the bottle a little bit, and that just makes sure that the air bubbles won't influence our readings. Once you're sure, I like to just dunk it back in with the cap, and screw the cap underwater, and make sure the cap is really tight, and now you have your sample. So the last thing you're going to want to do is, once you collect your water, you're going to wipe it down. So I made sure that it was all dry. And then you're going to take your sticker. Ideally, you can fill this up before you stick it on the bottle. These 4 spots are most likely what you're going to need to fill. You can also write some extra notes if you want. So you just peel off the sticker and put it on the bottle. And this way it just allows us to keep track of your bottle and whose it is and where it came from. Then you just start packing your order. So you're going to keep your water samples in your fridge until you're ready to drop it off. So you're only going to be doing this step right before you bring it to the post office, because these water samples, they need to stay cold. So you're going to take your ice packs and you're going to re-put them in. And then you're going to make sure to bunch up the bag. You can either use a zip tie to keep it shut so they don't leak, or you can tape it down or tie a knot, whatever works for you. Once these are all ready, you're going to put the lid back on, close the box, you'll tape it up, and then you'll take your return label and stick it right on the top here. Ideally, you'll tape it on top of the label that's already there, just so that the couriers don't get confused.